Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. It's Black Coffee Trader coming to you here this morning, Friday morning, June the 6th, and we are ready to dive into our daily trade plan, what the levels are showing, and what we're looking at today. Looking at the NASDAQ. Spent some time here in the morning session kind of looking at some of these major levels. I did move this level down. There are some reactions on the 4-hour chart right around the 620 to 630 level, and we have some reactions here recently here right around that same level. So I pulled this level down to this spot, and this is kind of where most of this morning's pre-market action has held above this 721 636 area, 35 area. So we're looking for that to hold. This daily 20 moving averages averages the purple line here, the dotted purple line, keeps creeping higher and getting caught up to price here slowly. We've got the daily 200 sitting below here at the 800s, 850s. So I think all of these things converging, pushing higher. I still think we're looking bullish, but again, there's some area of caution, specifically on ES. I'll talk about that more in just a minute. Here was yesterday's low of day, right around this key point right here on the 21 550s, 560s. So we're definitely looking to see if we get a bounce off of that. Generally, big picture speaking, we're looking for longs if this area right here, this 4-hour reaction point around the 630s, if that holds, we're looking for longs above from that. Also looking for break and retest above here. If we get something above here, I'm not interested to take it. I don't want to long off these highs into yesterday's high of day, but I am interested to take a long above yesterday's high of day up into, I mean, you really have a potential to get all the way up into the 300s if you break the 22,000s. So if that breaks, again, I want to make sure that maybe I should just shrink this a little bit. I'd be taking longs potentially off of this area if we get a break and retest, but I'm not interested to trade this area. This is kind of the no trade area for me. I don't want to long into these highs. This one here is going to be cautious as well, but I would be interested in a long right here off this level where we're sitting at right now, or pull back long if we get to the low of day from yesterday. If we flip below the low of day from yesterday, that could set up a little short down into here. If we fall even further, this is a really clear area where we had support holding around the 400s. We flipped that into a rejection spot, and we flipped it again, and we've held above that. And we are making a higher low. If you look at this low and you should look at this low, we're seeing some higher lows form. That's bullish. So if we flip or we get below this point, this could be a good long setup. It could also be a short setup. The thing I'm cautious about, if we get something below the 400s, is we're then shorting right into the daily 20. That daily 20 has continued to move higher over the last couple of weeks, and so that gives me a little bit of caution. So I think that the arrows I've marked are kind of the big picture that I'm looking at, but keeping the eyes open today for whatever sets up on these levels. So that's the approach on the NASDAQ today. Moving to ES, very clear defined level right here around the 59.75s. I really think I probably could mark that up to that little almost psych level at 75. But anyway, we're holding above that. We were holding above that for a couple of days here. We fell below it yesterday, and now that has almost turned into a rejection spot. And that is interesting. That is definitely interesting. We have the daily 20 and the daily 200 sitting down here around the 5900s where they've been for a while. The daily 20 has definitely moved higher. So it has actually crossed yesterday. The 20 crossed the 200 yesterday, again pushing this thing higher. The question is, will it continue to hold? The other thing worth noting is on ES, yesterday I talked about this 6,000 level, which we're seeing here. And we crossed it, we wicked above it on the daily chart, but we fell back below it. So right now, this looks like maybe this is more, we're testing it and we're going to reject. In order for that to happen, we have to reject through the 20, 200, and possibly even the 100, but that is very possible. This market is very capable of doing that. But it is interesting to see. I really think we're getting to this point where the market's in a rubber band state. And it's getting ready to go one way or the other. It really feels that way. I don't know if that'll happen today or not, but we're kind of building that tension, and we're going to see something happen probably over the next week. But as of today on ES, I'm really looking heavily at this 59.70, 75 area. If we get a break and hold above it, we're looking to take longs. I'm not looking to take longs above the 59.95s into 6,000. 59.95 is the major area that we're looking at on the daily chart. This area right in here, actually that's 6,007. So it is 6,000. Sorry, I misspoke on that one. This would be the big level, but I'm not really looking to long above the 59.95s into 6,000. I would take this long, that's what I'm looking at, and I would take a long above yesterday's high of day and above these highs at the 6,007s. And if we get that, a break and retest above that, we're definitely looking for longs. And if we break through the 640s, we've got a lot of upside. So looking for that to happen. If it does, again, we're going to be trading what the market gives us instead of trying to take trades in anticipation for what we hope the market does. If this flips below, we're looking for shorts down into the low of day from yesterday, and I'm going to leave the rest of this very much eyes wide open. If we get setups on reactions on some of these levels on shorts, I may take them. Again, I am very, very, very cautious shorting into the daily 20, daily 200. I typically a short below the low of day. If we get a break and retest below this low of day, that really normally would be a short, but I am not interested to short these areas into the daily 20, into the daily 200. If we get below the daily 20, 200, and we get below this area right here, around the 58.92s, if we get that, then we're looking to short down into some of these lower levels. But again, I'm going to keep the arrows, the areas I'm looking at is right around here. If we get the high break above the high, if we get a break above this 59.72 to the upside, if we get a break to the downside, we look for shorts. And beyond that, it's very much eyes wide open. So being careful about that today. The Dow Jones, nothing really changed on the Dow Jones. We pretty much had a sideways day. The spots and the levels are exactly the same. Low of day changed a little bit right down to this key point right here around the 42,330s. Daily 20 has moved higher. Here's the low of day from yesterday. Whoops, I misspoke. That's the low of day from yesterday right here on the 42.59s. 42.259s. If we get a break and retest below that, would be looking to take a short. Otherwise, we're looking for longs above the daily 100. This yellow dotted line is the daily 100. And also, if we get a break above this 42.770, definitely would. You know what? I'm going to take that off. I don't really want to do that. We're longing right into the. No, I'm going to leave it. Sorry, jumping back and forth here. That's where I had this set. I'm going to leave that. If we get that, that's enough of a space there up into this high. We'll take a shot. This one here, I'm actually going to move. No, I'm not. I'm going to leave it. I did my thesis and my game plan this morning. Why am I trying to reinvent the wheel? We're going to leave it as it is. Looking for longs if we get above the daily 100 here, and above this key point right here, the level around the 42,550s. So we're looking for longs there. We're looking for shorts down below. We're not really looking to trade this range in the middle. And again, keeping the eyes open a little bit, but being cautious there. On the Russell, still trading evals. I'm not trading my funded accounts yet on the Russell. I don't think so, but it has pretty much stayed as well. We basically have gone sideways since we had the push up higher day here. I think that was on Tuesday. Was that on Tuesday, Monday or Tuesday? I think that was Tuesday. So if we get a pullback into the low of day from yesterday, that really could set up a long. Because we're right at the daily. So this is interesting on the Russell. We have the daily 20, this purple line, daily 20. We have this level around the 22,081, and we have the low of day yesterday coming in at 2,084. So the 2084, the daily 20, and the 2081 sitting right here, and that's the key point. If we get a pullback to that, that could set up a nice long. If we fall below that and break and retest short, that could really set up a really nice short there. And again, looking for highs, longs above this high coming in around the 2120s. So those are the areas that we're looking at on the Russell. And that kind of sets up the plan for today. I am going to be very careful. We are back to green on the month. If you follow my daily recaps yesterday, had a pretty good day, but we were not able to put that into our TradeZella because I've had an issue with the the trade performance tab on NinjaTrader. And so I'm gonna have to manually put these trades in from yesterday, but we are green on the month. We're actually up about 600 this week after the big red day on Monday. So today, definitely looking to be very, very careful. I want to be aggressive if the move is there. If the trade setup is there, I want to be aggressive and take it. But if the setup is not there, I do not want to play. So that's the game plan. I think the big picture, again, is this area on the ES, the 5970s. I think the question is still here. Do we break above the 6,000 area? And then on NQ, I'm really looking around this 630. I'm really curious to see what kind of reactions we get around the 630 this morning. See if this thing pushes higher or if we flip lower. Or again, we might just go sideways. It's Friday. We might not have much of a reaction today. We do have news this morning at 8:30. That would be coming up in about 45 minutes. That news is average hourly earnings. We have non-farm employment change, and we have unemployment rate. So 3 red folder events stacked on top of each other at 8:30. That will move the market this morning. I am confident that we're going to get some kind of a reaction. So that some of this stuff could be thrown out the window by the time the market open rolls around. But the levels are the levels regardless of where we're at, and we're looking to take trades off of them. So we'll leave you with that. Have a good day today. Be careful out there. Trade well. Put some green on the charts, and go into the weekend on a positive note. That's the game plan. So, all right, until next time, take care, and so long.